Greetings, everybody. I had bought a collection of models from a guy. I think there was like 5 Corvettes, and this was in the mix. I was like, what Corvette is that? And it wasn't until I got the kit that I realized it's a Dodge Charger 3. Not a Corvette at all. So, missing a lot of pieces, inner fender well, motor, all the suspension, most of the body was there. Not in too bad a shape, kind of a glue bomb. Took it all apart, cleaned it all up, proceeded to start making my own bits and pieces. The old brakes, and yeah, they could have had a Hemi, but I had a Viper, so yeah, we're gonna go with the big dog, the Viper V10. It fit right up in there, pretty decent. Didn't have a trans tunnel, so I ended up having to make one of them. The lower body panels, for some reason, there was no real way to mount them that lined up with the hood and the body, and it really wasn't the greatest of design as far as that went, but ended up filling in the hole on the hood, making a bunch of simple, smooth, clean looking body lines to it. Interior, yes. This was where the fun was had. Some nice red felt. Started with paper to make my templates. Got a beautiful paint job on it, but it was a little thin. You'll see that later on. But it turned out really nice. And as you can see, there's no dashboard because the steering wheel actually sits on a pillar and it swings up out of the way so you can get in and out of the car. And this was a test fit with some nice rims. As you can see, the lower body panel is just sitting there. The glass, I didn't really buff and polish and clean it up too much. Got that gorgeous Jaguar rear end in it. And here you can kind of start seeing some of the, the Viper, some of the thinner paint on the body. Working through, got the Viper motor all nicely detailed, the interior. That's actually about 75% done. All it's missing is the steering wheel. Pedals, probably. Another mock-up. It sits a little higher than original, which is fine. The hood looks gorgeous the way it is, but around the headlights is where you can see the paint got thin. There you can see the steering columns propped up. That, I believe, came out of a 58 Bel Air custom dash, I believe. And then I made my own hinge system for it. Blurry pics, not the great camera. But yeah, you can see on the bottom where the hood meets the lower fender, it doesn't really quite line up quite so well. Little trophy. Yeah, the hood has some blemish to it, but whatever. For what it was compared to sitting in a box doing nothing, yeah, I'm much more happy with it. Here we get to the finals. Little Corvette intake on there to air dam it up in there. Got a few bits in the interior. It looks really good overall. Pictures don't completely do it justice, but it does have steering. Straight exhaust. And there's the airfoil brakes with the directionals on them. The orange hauler. This had been on my want list for a long time. Happened to get a nice rebuilder that the blue actually looked really good on it. I do end up repainting it blue, but it was in clean, decent condition. It was just dirty and dusty, and some of the pieces were slightly misaligned. Wasn't a bad glue bomb. Needed a lot of help though. Disassembly, got to tear it apart to make it better. Interior didn't look too bad, just very dirty. Most of the parts were in pretty good shape, totally reusable. See, the rims and inner rims are just toast. It had the original motor. You could see how bad the glue bombing was. Chassis was good and straight, wasn't cracked. Lots of these little bits were just too far gone. The rims were toast. So, put her together, smooth her out, clean her up, smooth her down, put in a solid tube in the rear axle because the original stuff that was in there was pretty much junk, garbage, twisted, and everything else. Then we got to put it in red, and it turned out really nice. I ended up not using those fenders because they just didn't have a way to mount them. They were glued to the body, but the real car shows that they're mounted on a peg, a post or some sort. And I really wish I had a hood for this one. So I took aluminum can and made one after the photos, of course. Never got a final finished one, but yeah, the dream car, dream rod, whatever it is. This was an old original kit. And if you look at the difference between, I think there's 3 or 4 versions of this kit out there, they're all different. Look at the rear taillight, the front grille, some of the other parts. Yeah, they're not all the same. So don't get fooled if you're buying a rebuilder. And the original was kind of a silver with a fading yellow and orangish here and there. So I kind of took my own little twist to it. Got a nice clean paint job on it anyway. Found some nice rims for it. Rebuilt pretty much everything that was there. It was missing a tail light. I do think I have a plan for that, which I haven't gotten around to yet. But yeah, this headlight section is kind of different on some of them. You can see a little maple leaf on the hood. Beautiful interior, nice and clean. I'm glad most of the chrome on this one was good enough to use everywhere. It was definitely a neat little shark. Anyway, I would like to thank you all for watching my videos, commenting so we can interact a little bit, and for those who have subscribed, thank you very much. It definitely helps. Channel's growing, and it's all because you guys keep coming back to watch my my stuff.